Yo, peoples, KIMETSU here, and welcome to my dive back into my read-through series. I haven't done this since I started My Hero Academia so many years ago. I want to say 2018 is when I first started my video series, read-through series of My Hero Academia, and people are still watching that. But today starts a brand new series that I told you I was going to be bringing to the channel. Today is the first day of March. It is also my birthday month since I will be turning. I got a birthday this month. I'm going to be turning 29 this month. So I figured have some fun with it a little bit and do something that I just enjoy doing. I told you that I was going to be bringing the Demon Slayer KIMETSU no YAIBA, Demon Slayer KIMETSU no YAIBA series to the channel. I told you I was going to do that first, then Dragon Ball Super, and then One Punch Man. If I get done with Demon Slayer in a good enough amount of time, then I'll get started right on Dragon Ball, and then afterwards, once I've caught up to Dragon Ball, then I'll start my One Punch Man series as well. So there's going to be there's going to be some more manga coming to the channel as well. Just allow me to pace myself. And I'm doing this as a video series rather than a stream series, because it'll allow me to edit this as needed. If there's any interruptions, there's not going to be any dead air of me just sitting, of this just an empty chair and I step away and you guys are waiting on me. I can just edit that out as needed. So I'm looking forward to bringing you guys yet another video series. So let's go ahead and get started with the first chapter. Chapter 1, Cruelty. How did this happen? Nezuko, don't die. Don't die. I'm gonna save you. You can't die. Your big brother is definitely going to save you. Chapter 1, Cruelty. And it shows Nezuko and her brother. Here's the thing. I know of Demon Slayer, yet I don't know the names of every single character. I don't even know the name of the main character of the series as a whole. So apologies if I don't know the name right now, right off the bat, but we do know Nezuko. There's loads of videos and memes about her everywhere. Oh, his name is Tanjiro. Here it is. Tanjiro! Your face is pitch black. Come here. You don't have to go. It's snowing and it's dangerous. I want us to have a great New Year's feast, so I'll go sell as much charcoal as I can, even if it's just a little. And I'm guessing that this is Tanjiro's mother. And she just smiles and she says, "Thank you."
Tanjiro, are you going to town again today? I want to go too. What?
And there's these other kids along who want to go with Tanjiro as well. But his mother says, I guess it's his mother? I guess we'll find out. No, you can't walk fast enough you can't walk fast like Tanjiro.
But Mom...
No, he isn't taking the cart today, so he can't pull you when you're tired. Takeo, I know you can't do a lot, but cut a little wood today, okay? Oh wait, this is Tanjiro saying this. Takeo, I know you can't do a lot, but cut a little wood today, okay?
I want to go with you.
I will, but I was hoping we'd do it together.
Hurry back, okay? Be careful.
And then Tanjiro is seen just walking away in the next panel.
Tanjiro!
And this is Nezuko. Nezuko. I was putting Rokuta to sleep, but I heard all the commotion. They've been so lonely since father died, so they started clinging to you.
See you later.
And then he leaves. Our life isn't easy, but we're happy. But life is like the weather. It's always changing. It won't always be easy, and the snow won't always keep falling. When happiness ends, there's always the smell of blood in the air. And I guess he's in town, and then there's some townspeople around here.
Oh, Tanjiro. You came down the mountain on a day like today? You work so hard, you'll catch a cold.
Hey, sell me some charcoal. Thanks for fixing my shoji door the other day.
Give me some charcoal too.
Ah, Tanjiro, you're just in time. She says I broke a dish. Help me, smell it. And and then this dude has like a broken pottery in his hands, broken dish in his hands, and Tanjiro smells it. And he just smells it. And then Tanjiro says, I smell a cat. A cat? Oh dear. See? I told you it wasn't me! Tanjiro, will you help me carry some bundles? And I guess he has like a lot of people asking him for help and whatnot. And it looks like the sun is setting. Whew. It's getting late. Hey, Tanjiro! You aren't going back up the mountain, are you? And there's this dude trying to speak to him while he's walking up the trail. It's too dangerous. I've got a good nose for trouble. I'll be fine. You can stay here. Please, come back. But it's all right. You're welcome here. You don't want to run into any demons. And I guess this guy's talking to him about it. For ages, man-eating demons have roamed these woods after dark. So you shouldn't walk around at night. Eat, then sleep. You can get up and go home early tomorrow. But can't the demons come inside houses? Yes, they can. But then why don't they eat everyone? Because demon slayers cut them down. Have for ages. Old man Saburo lives alone because he lost his family. He must be lonely. Next time, I'll bring my little brothers. There's no need to fear. There's no such thing as demons. But now that I think of it, my grandmother said the same thing before she died. And the sun rises, and he leaves old man Saburo, and he walks up the mountain. When happiness ends, there's always the smell of blood in the air. And I guess Tanjiro gets home, and there's someone laying on the ground. Who is that? And Tanjiro starts sweating. Yo, is that his mom? That looks like his mom on the ground. And then he runs over to her. What happened? What happened? And then he peers into the house and he sees the rest. No, that wasn't his mom. His mom's inside the house. And like her, the rest of his family is slaughtered. Wow. Mother, Hanako, Takeo, Shigeru, Nezuko, Rukuta. And he picks up Nezuko. He picks up Nezuko because she's still alive. Only Nezuko's body was still warm. Maybe a doctor can save her. How did this happen? A bear? Maybe a bear too hungry to hibernate? So hard to breathe. The air's so cold it's freezing my lungs. Keep going. Move your feet faster. It's still a long way to town. I won't let you die. I have to save you. Your big brother will save you. And then Nezuko starts to move, and she rears back and she starts yelling and screaming. And her teeth have turned into fangs. And he sees this and he immediately loses his footing. Oh no, I'm slipping! And he falls off a short cliff with Nezuko. And then it shows him laying in the snow. The snow saved me, but it also made me slip. And then he immediately gets up saying, Nezuko! But Nezuko is already standing up, head down, like she's from straight out of the ring, looking at, well, not looking at him, but her head is still down. Nezuko, are you alright? You shouldn't be up. Let me carry you into town. And as he gets close, he says, Nezuko. And then it shows her face. Eyes have turned into slits, veins bulging on her forehead, and she has large fangs in her mouth as she glares at him and lunges at him. And he immediately gets that's an axe hand. That's the axe that he has with him. He immediately grabs it and pushes it in the way of her mouth to keep her from chomping down on him. And they both fall. A demon! I thought of what old man Saburo said. Was Nezuko a man-eating demon? No, that was impossible. Nezuko has been human since the day she was born. But this Nezuko smells of blood and death. But Nezuko couldn't have done all that. I found her fallen over Okuta, like she was protecting him. She didn't have any blood on her mouth or hands. And yet, there's yet another smell. And it shows Nezuko trying to chomp down on him, still biting on the axe handle that he has in her mouth. Whatever the reason, she's growing bigger, and she's getting stronger. While I was safely asleep in town, something horrible happened to my whole family. How they must have suffered, and I wasn't there to help them. I have to save Nezuko if I can, but she's so strong I can't push her away. Nezuko! Hold on, Nezuko. Fight it. Fight for your life. Be strong. Don't turn into a demon. You can do it. Nezuko! And then he looks into his sister's eyes and notices that she is crying. And then he starts crying as well. Then, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, someone jumps behind Nezuko, preparing, I guess, to cut her down. And they both notice this, and Tanjiro grabs Nezuko and pushes her off to the side. Just in time to avoid getting hit. And they both roll away while Tanjiro is still holding Nezuko. Who is that? And we see the guy in full, has a unique looking outfit on, holding a katana in his hands. A katana? And the kanji on here reads out KIMETSU, destroyer of demons, on the handle of the katana. Why do you protect her? Sister! She's my little sister! And then he looks, the guy in question looks at Nezuko, and Nezuko roars at him. But Tanjiro grabs her. That is your little sister. And Tanjiro looks on as this mysterious individual tries to rush at him again. Then all of a sudden, Nezuko's gone. He covered Nezuko, but all of a sudden, Nezuko is gone now. And she's right next to whoever this individual is. Nezuko! Don't move. And he doesn't. Killing demons is my job, so of course I'll take your little sister's head too. Wait! Nezuko hasn't killed anyone! There was a scent at my house from someone I've never smelled before. That must be who killed everyone. Not Nezuko. I don't know what's making her act like this, but... That's easy. Demon blood got into her wound, so she transformed into a demon. That is how man-eating demons multiply. Nezuko would never eat anyone! A moment ago, she almost ate you. No, I'm sure she knows who I am. I won't let her hurt anyone. I'll find a way to cure her. I'll make her human again. She won't get better. A human who becomes a demon cannot go back. I'll find a way. I swear, please don't kill her. I'll also find the one that killed my family. I'll do all that, so... And as he says this, this man starts to pull his katana towards Nezuko's head. Stop! I can't lose Nezuko too. Please stop. Please don't kill my little sister. Please. Please. Then there's silence. And then this individual says, Never leave yourself so defenseless in front of an enemy. And Tanjiro stands back up. Stop bowing so pitifully. If that worked, your family would still be alive. How can a weakling like you, who bows down when it's time to fight, to kill or be killed, how can such a man cure his little sister, or even find his enemy? If you want something, you must fight for it. The meek have no power and no options. The strong will crush them in every way. Demons might know how to cure your little sister, but no demon will respect your whining and begging. And for that matter, I don't respect you either. That's reality. Before, why did you cover your sister? Did you think that would protect her? Why didn't you throw your hatchet? Why did you show me your back? That's how I was able to take her. I should have skewered you both. And he's saying this while Nezuko is doing her best to struggle and get away from him. And Tanjiro doesn't say anything. Don't cry. Don't despair. And I guess this individual's thinking this to himself in an inner monologue. Don't cry. Don't despair. Those things will do you no good. Your family is dead and your sister has become a demon. Your heart is crushed. I know your pain. How you must want to cry out. If I had come half a day sooner, your family might have survived. But there is no turning back time. Fill your heart with anger. Strong, pure anger that gives no quarter. Anger that becomes the unwavering force that drives your limbs. I'm wondering if I said quarter right. I said quarter, but quarter. Strong, pure anger that gives no quarter. Anger that becomes the unwavering force that drives your limbs. Weakness and empty promises cannot protect your sister or find her a cure, and that certainly cannot avenge your family. And he raises his katana again towards Nezuko and stabs it into her shoulder. No! He immediately picks up a snowball and throws it at the guy. And he deflects it with the bottom half of the handle of his katana, while Tanjiro immediately starts to run up with his hatchet. Throws another one in the direction of the guy, who easily dodges it. And then Tanjiro runs up on him. A simple head-on attack relying on pure emotion. What a fool! And the guy immediately slams his katana into Tanjiro's back. And this just sends Tanjiro into the ground. And he doesn't move. And Nezuko has stopped fidgeting, she stopped roaring, and she looks at Tanjiro wondering if he's moving or not. She doesn't say anything, but the eyes can convey this sort of emotion. But then the guy thinks, where's his hatchet? Then he notices something above him as the axe comes sailing directly towards his face. And it just barely misses him, manages to cut off a lock of hair. And it's embedded in the tree trunk right behind this guy. Just before passing behind the tree, he threw a rock, and while hidden by the tree, he threw his hatchet. He hid his hand so I wouldn't see he was unarmed. He knew he couldn't win against me, so his plan was to strike me down after I killed him. This kid. Then all of a sudden, Nezuko starts roaring again and immediately tries to kick the guy. And Nezuko gets over to where he is. No, I'm too late. She's about to eat him. Then, as it looks like Nezuko's about to bear down on Tanjiro, Nezuko. Not Nezuko. Not Nezuko. He thinks back to what Tanjiro said, saying that not Nezuko. Nezuko would never eat anyone. And Nezuko stands in front of Tanjiro between him and this mysterious katana-wielding individual, protecting Tanjiro. And then it looks like Nezuko's about to rush the guy. He wouldn't be the first to say that and then get eaten anyway. Starving demons will kill and eat their own parents and siblings because they need the energy. I've seen it countless times. This girl is injured. It costs her strength to heal that wound. Not to mention the strength it took to transform into a demon. She must be doubly starved right now, and must want to eat human flesh as soon as possible. But she's protecting him, and focusing her anger on me. He then sheaths his katana and thinks, these two may be different, and then proceeds to knock out Nezuko by hitting her in the side of the neck. Then it shows, then here, I don't know if this is like a hallucination, but it shows Tanjiro's family sitting next to him. All the family members that were slaughtered, they're all around Tanjiro as he lays knocked out. And they're all looking at him. But then the mother is right there. I guess this is their ghosts or their spirits over him. And she says, I'm sorry I had to leave you, Tanjiro. Take care of Nezuko. Then there's a grip right next to Nezuko, and Tanjiro has woken up. And Nezuko is laying right next to him, unconscious, but she has a mouth guard in her mouth now. You're awake. And then Tanjiro immediately goes on the offensive because the katana-wielding guy is right there. Go see an old man named Sakonji. Let me just see if I can do this right. Go see an old man named Sakonji Urokodaki, who lives at the foot of Mount Sagiri. Tell him that Gyu Tomioka sent you. I'm surprised I even managed to get that out. So his name is Gyu Tomioka. Your sister should be fine because the sun isn't out today, but don't let her into direct sunlight. And he immediately flash steps away. And then Tanjiro is only looking on in silence. Then it cuts back to the house where he's pretty much buried the rest of his family, and just says a solemn prayer to them. And Nezuko can only watch them. Then Tanjiro says, let's go. And they run away from the house. Thus ends the first chapter of Demon Slayer, KIMETSU no YAIBA. I'm going to be doing the rest of these chapters. Today is going to be if you can't already tell, chapters 1 through 7. So let's get started on Chapter 2. Chapter 2, The Stranger. I beg your pardon, but may I take that basket and a little straw and bamboo? We don't mind, but the basket has a hole in it. That's all right. Can I pay you? No need, it's a broken basket. Please, let me pay. No, thank you. You can have the other stuff, too. But I want to pay. We don't want it. What a stubborn kid. Just take it. It's only a few coins anyway. He slaps the money into this guy's hand, even though the guy said, we don't want it. Thank you very much. And he just walks away from the guy who's reeling from, getting his hand slapped so hard. And then it cuts to a forest area, and we're in a cave where a hole has been dug. Nezuko! Nezuko! She's gone! And then we see a little head pop out. We see a little head pop up at the back of the cave. There she is. Did she dig that hole? My sister's like a mole now. Her face is scrunched up. She must not really want the sunlight to hit her. Just wait. And then he goes to work fixing the basket, and because it has a hole in it, and he's just fixing it up. Ta-da! Will you fit in here? I want us to travel during the day. I'll carry you. And Nezuko just looks on. Get in. Here. The basket. And she tries to get in, but apparently she's too big. And Tanjiro says this. You're too big. Nezuko has grown up. I still think she's a little girl. Then he thinks of something. Nezuko, you're as big as an adult. Can you reverse that and get smaller? Smaller, Nezuko, get smaller. And then it shows Nezuko getting inside of the basket, flipping the basket over, and she just starts to shrink in size. Oh, good. And she fits inside the basket now. And he pats her head, and she's all like, That's perfect. Good girl, Nezuko. I'm impressed. Then it cuts to sunset, and they're walking, and there's some people around them. To get to Mount Sagiri, you first have to cross that mountain.
The sun will set soon, and you're going to carry that huge load? It's dangerous.
I'll be plenty careful. Thank you very much.
People really do disappear up there, so don't get lost.
Then they're here at a building. Then they come to a building at night. Oh, there's a way station. There's a light on. Someone must be in there. Let's go. Then before he gets up there, he immediately says, I smell blood. These mountain paths are dangerous. That traveler may be injured. Are you all right? And he just blindly runs up to the door, not even trying to see if there's anything nefarious in there. And he opens the door and he sees people being eaten by a demon. A demon's in there just eating people.
What? Hey, this is my territory. Get away from my feeding ground.
A man-eating demon. And then Nezuko is right there, looking at him. Looking at him and looking at the people who are dead, and her mouth starts to water, because I guess, demon blood in her is acting up, and she's getting kind of hungry. Then this demon dude notices and says,
Huh? Something's wrong here. Are you two human?
And in an instant, he immediately launches at Tanjiro, but Tanjiro, in mid-jump, slashes him up the neck. Sorry, notification. Slashes him up the neck with his axe. And he immediately starts bleeding from the neck.
A hatchet. Not bad. But a wound like this will heal in no time. See, the bleeding's already stopped.
And then Tanjiro can only look on in utter horror as the cut that he inflicted on him immediately heals right before his eyes. And the blood disappears as well. Then Nezuko is still standing in place looking at the bodies of the people that the other man-eating demon was eating. And she just stands there. But the man-eating demon that's up against Tanjiro immediately grabs him. And Tanjiro says, he's fast and incredibly strong.
You'll never do that again. I'm gonna snap your neck.
And in an instant, Nezuko is on him and has kicked this dude's head clean off. And it rebounds off of a tree trunk. She just killed him? Well, he was a demon, so... Then, Nezuko! But in that same instance, the body immediately tries to grab Tanjiro. But Nezuko comes back and saves him again and kicks it away into the distance. I can't believe it! It just moved with its head ripped off!
Why, you?
And the head is still speaking.
I knew it. One of you is a demon. Something didn't seem right. What are a demon and a human doing together?
It's still talking! And the headless body gets back up and immediately lunges at Nezuko. Stop! And then Tanjiro tries to use his axe against the body, but apparently the head has grown arms and has launched itself at Tanjiro. And the head bites down on the hatchet and tries to grab onto him. What the head grew arms? Get off of me! And he headbutts. Dude just headbutts the demon in the head.
This guy's tough.
And then he does it again.
His head is hard.
Tanjiro just straight up headbutts this guy multiple times until he lets go. And then he slams the head into the trunk of this tree. He slams it into the trunk of this tree with his axe and embeds him in it. Nezuko!
He pinned me to this tree with his hatchet? My hair is tangled up on the shaft, and I grew these hands too short so I can't get a grip. Ah!
And the headless body is still trying to beat up on Nezuko. And then Tanjiro comes in and tackles it. Knock it off! But he tackles it off a cliff. What is it with this dude and cliffs? This is the second time he's fallen off of one. And Nezuko immediately grabs him as the body falls from the cliff to the ground with a big old massive splat. And I guess the head with the arms felt this because he screams out in pain. Wow. And then it cuts to Tanjiro taking out like a small knife, and as he thinks to himself, wow, how many demons are there? He smells different than the one that was at my house. A different demon. But if I don't kill him, he'll attack more people. So I have to do this. Do it! Then there's a hand that comes up right behind Tanjiro and puts it on his shoulder, stopping him. Huh? You can't kill it with that. Thus ends Chapter 2 of Demon Slayer. Onwards to Chapter 3. Chapter 3, Return by Dawn. Greetings, Lord Sakonji Urokodaki. I'm sorry. I gotta make sure I get these names right. Greetings, Lord Sakonji Urokodaki. Urokodaki. There we go. Yeah, there we go. Urokodaki. I have sent a boy your way who says he wants to become a demon-slaying swordsman. He had the courage to fight me unarmed. So this must be Gimio? I already forgot the guy's name. I have sent a boy your way who says he wants to become a demon-slaying swordsman. He had the courage to fight me unarmed. A demon slaughtered his family, transforming his surviving sister into a demon. But she chooses not to attack humans. I sense something in these two that is different from the others. Like you, the boy has a strong sense of will, strong sense of smell. I believe that perhaps he could be worthy of carrying on your traditions. Please, train him. I know this is a selfish request, so please forgive me. May this find you in good health and in good spirits. Giyu, his name is Giyu. Giyu. Sincerely, Giyu Tomioka. And then we cut back to Tanjiro right before he was about to stab the demon in the head. How can I finish it off? A Tengu mask. Don't trust what others say. Don't trust what others say. Can't you solve this riddle yourself? He moved in complete silence. And then he looks on at Nezuko and thinks, if stabbing it won't work, I'll have to crush the head. And then he picks up a rock. To completely crush the head, I'll have to smash it with a rock repeatedly. It will surely suffer, but isn't there a way to kill it with just one blow? Then the guy in the Tengu mask smells something. Darn, this kid is no good. His kindness prevents him from taking decisive action. When facing a demon, he still reeks of sympathy and consideration. He even feels sympathy for a demon. Giyu, this boy is useless. Then the man-eating demon head wakes up.
I was unconscious. Is my body dead? I feel sick.
Oh, while I was wasting time, the morning has come. And then the sun rises. And the head screams as sunlight hits it. And it screams in pain as it immediately bursts into flames and turns to ash. Just a touch of sunlight did that? No wonder Nezuko fears it. And then it shows Nezuko in her little basket covered up in a blanket, hiding. Oh yeah, that guy. And then it shows this Tengu guy, Lord Sakonji, praying over the bodies of the demon's victims. He's burying the demon's victims. I am Sakonjin Urokudaki. You must be the one Giyu told me about. Yes, I'm Tanjiro Kamado. My sister is Nezuko. Tell me, Tanjiro, what will you do when your sister eats someone? And then he's immediately slapped in the face. You think too slowly. You struggle over the simplest decisions. You could never finish off a demon before the morning light. Why couldn't you answer that question immediately? You are too soft. When your sister eats someone, there are two things you have to do. Kill your sister, then slit your own belly and die. That is what it means to travel with your sister who has become a demon. But it is your sacred duty to ensure that this never happens. Your sister must never take the life of an innocent person. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes! Very well. I will test you to see if you have what it takes to become a demon slayer swordsman. Shoulder your sister and follow me. And then it cuts to the image of the sky and a bird flying in there, and then a person's foot going across the ground at, I believe, high speeds. With Tanjiro trying his best to keep up with him. He's fast. How old is this guy? And his feet really don't make any sound. Nezuko, this will be rough, but hang in there. But then, suffering is all you've ever known, little sister. Are you mending your kimono again? You should buy a new one. No, I'm fine. I like this kimono. Instead, I use that money to give the younger kids plenty to eat. I will make you human again. This is a flashback to when he was speaking to Nezuko a while back, I guess. I will make you human again. And then I'll buy you a beautiful kimono. Everything I couldn't give to them, I'll give to you. And I guess they arrived at where Sakonji wanted them to go. So, did I pass the test? The test begins now. Climb the mountain. And then Tanjiro's looking like, bro, what? And then the mist fog starts to fall in the forest that they're in. I'm already tired. My legs are getting weak. I'm dizzy. And then it looks like Lord Sakonji starts to fade into the fog. Now you must descend to the house at the foot of the mountain. This time, I will not wait until sunrise. And then he just fades away into the fog. Huh? Is that all? Oh, I get it. He thinks I'll get lost in this thick fog. I just have to get back before sunrise. That's easy. I have a sharp nose. I've already memorized Urokodaki's scent. Even if I can't see him, I can still follow him all the way. And as he says this, he hits a tripwire that he then notices. Then all of a sudden, he immediately gets pelted with rocks. Who's throwing rocks? And as he tries to get footing, he hits a trap, like a pitfall trap, and falls into a pit. A covered pit? I get it. These are all traps. That's the challenge. And then as he gets up, he puts his hand on another tripwire, but then he reels it back real fast again. Uh-oh, here we go again. And gets hit in the back by a like a log pendulum. It hits him squarely in the back. I'm in big trouble. If I keep setting off every trap, I won't get down the mountain by morning. And I just noticed up on this mountain, the air's so thin I can barely breathe. It's much worse than the mountain we lived on. That's why I feel so tired and dizzy. I feel like I might pass out. No, I gotta get back. Control your breathing. Sniff out the traps. Traps have to be set by someone, and those scents must linger. Yes, I can smell them. But knowing they're there doesn't grant me the ability to evade them all. And it shows Nezuko in the building with Lord Sakonji, and he covers her up with a blanket. She's just sleeping soundly. Then there's a knock at his door as Tanjiro has fully made it back. He's beaten and bruised, but he made it back. I made it back. And then Sakonji looks at him and says, Tanjiro Kamado, I accept you as my student. Thus ends Chapter 3 of Demon Slayer. Onwards to Chapter 4. We have 3 more after that, and then we'll call this a read-through video for today. Onwards to Chapter 4. Chapter 4, Tanjiro's Journal, Part 1. There are a few hundred members of the Demon Slayer Corps. The organization isn't officially recognized by the government, but has existed since days of old and still hunts demons today. However, the identity of the leader of the Demon Slayer Corps is shrouded in mystery. Demons. Staple food, humans. They kill humans and eat them. I'm going to hold it in front of me so I'm not looking off to the side, so that way I can look up right at you guys. They kill humans and eat them. It is unclear when or where they first appeared. They have impressive physical capabilities and their wounds heal quickly. They can reconnect severed tissue and grow new limbs. Some demons can change form. Others possess strange powers. The only ways to kill them are by exposing them to sunlight or by cutting off their heads with a special sword. The Demon Slayer Corps fights demons face to face. They are humans, so their wounds heal slowly, and lost limbs do not return. Nonetheless, they fight demons in order to protect ordinary people. Then we have Lord Sakonji here saying, I am a trainer. Just like it sounds, I train swordsmen. There are many trainers. In different places, they use various training methods. In order to join the Demon Slayer Corps, you must survive the final selection at Mount Fuji Kasane. I decide whether you may attempt final selection. Starting today, and this is Tanjiro chiming in now with his own inner monologue. Starting today, I have decided to write this journal for Nezuko. Again today, I descended the mountain. I train as hard as I can so I won't die during final selection. I go down the mountain repeatedly, day after day. I've become quite good at avoiding traps. I'm growing stronger, and my nose is even sharper at picking up scents. But the traps are getting much deadlier, because they've gone from rocks to swords, and now the pitfalls have swords and different objects, sharp objects hidden within them. It's like he really wants to kill me. Today I went down the mountain with a katana. It really gets in the way, so carrying it got me caught in a lot of traps. Then it cuts to another one. Today I'm practicing with the sword. I say today, but lately I do this every day. After descending the mountain, I swing the sword so much I feel like my arms might fall off. The first thing he taught me was that a katana breaks easily. It's strong against force lengthwise, but weak against force from the side. With a katana, you must attack straight ahead. When you swing a katana, the direction of the blade and the direction of the force you apply must be exactly the same. Furthermore, if you damage the sword, he'll damage you. And then it cuts into Lord Sakonji coming in saying, if you break my sword, I break you. In other words, if I break it, he'll break my bones. His threats are cold, like the mountain. Today I did nothing but fall down, training to break my fall and getting up quickly. And it shows Lord Sakonji flipping him over multiple times in order for him to learn how to get up quickly. Quick recovery, if you will. I wield my sword and face Urokodaki with the intent to strike him down. Urokodaki stands against me, unarmed. But he's ridiculously strong. He easily throws me to the ground. Today I learned breathing and some standard forms. Like this? No. This? No. This? No! He said I didn't have enough strength in my core, then he got angry and hit my stomach. I've been riding for 6 months, Nezuko, and you still haven't woken up. Wow, so it's been 6 months since he's been doing all this training already? Good lord. Urokodaki immediately called a doctor to look at you, but he found nothing wrong. Yet it's clearly strange for you to keep sleeping like this. I was scared. I thought I'd wake up in the morning to find you dead, and that's still how I feel every night. And every day I go higher on the mountain for my training, each place more dangerous with thinner air. Many times I thought I would die. And then we have Urokodaki saying, I have nothing more to teach you. Huh? About a year after I arrived at Mount Sagiri, that was all he said. A year has already passed. The rest is up to you. Can you take what I have taught you and bring it to the next level? And then it shows Tanjiro and Urokodaki walking down the mountain. If you can split this boulder, I will approve you for final selection. And it is a massive boulder with a obi rope tied around it. It's a big rock. A boulder? Can that even be split? Can you split it with a katana? I don't think I can. The blade would break. And then Urokodaki just walks away. Urokodaki! Wait, this! Urokodaki! Since that day, Urokodaki hasn't taught me anything. Still, every day I practice what I learned from Urokodaki. Holding my breath, flexibility, and the most basic things too. I'm glad I wrote everything down in my journal. But even after half a year, I still can't split the boulder. I'm beginning to worry. It isn't enough. I haven't had enough training. I have to do more. More! What if I'm no good? Will Nezuko die like that? I have no answers. I'm losing hope. I'm going to fail. Come on, try harder! Silence! And I thought this was Urokodaki coming up, but it's apparently someone in a kitsune mask. Silence! A man shouldn't whine. It's unseemly. Huh? Where did he come from? I can't smell him. A fox mask? Whatever the suffering, bear it in silence, if you're a man. Or are you still a little boy? And then it just shows him stepping. The man landed, whoever this guy is, he landed on the rock and he steps off the rock. But then he immediately brings a wooden sword down onto Tanjiro in an attempt to fight. Then he kicks Tanjiro away. And Tanjiro he lands on his back and he looks at the guy. But then the guy says, standing in full view for us to view him, you're slow and weak and immature. You'll never be a demon hunter. And thus brings us to the end of chapter 4 of Demon Hunter. Onwards to chapter 5. Almost done, ladies and gentlemen. Chapter 5, Tanjiro's Journal, Part 2. Where'd you come from? What are you doing? What are you doing? Doing? I'm training. How long do you plan to have your butt stuck in the mud? Take a stance. And then Tanjiro gets up and faces off against this person. Now, attack! But you have a wooden sword, and I have a real one. Then there's silence before the person starts immediately. Because I don't know if this is a dude or if this is a girl or not. So I'm just going to say this person until we confirm. But then in the silence of Tanjiro saying that this person has a wooden sword and he has a real one, this person starts laughing. How sweet. Thanks for worrying about me. You think you can hurt me? Rest your poor, soft heart. You can't hurt me. I'm stronger than you'll ever be. I've already split a boulder. And this person immediately starts clashing with him. You split a boulder? You've gained nothing. You haven't mastered anything. Certainly not. The breathing technique taught by Urokodaki. Total concentration breathing. He knows Urokodaki and about the breathing? You just memorized it as a fact, but your body doesn't understand anything. Beat it into your flesh and blood. More, more, more! So that you become the embodiment of the secrets Urokodaki taught you. Beat it into the marrow of your bones. I do every day, as hard as I can. But no matter how hard I try, I can't progress any further. Don't try, just do it. If you're a man, the only other choice is to lie down and die, so make yourself progress. Attack! What have you got? Show me your strength! And then Tanjiro lets out a cry as this individual slaps Tanjiro straight up the chin with his wooden sword. I mean, Tanjiro calls him he, so I'm going to refer to him as he until we find out otherwise. But this dude immediately, in retaliation, slaps Tanjiro upwards in his chin with enough force to lift him off the ground. And Tanjiro lands unconscious. Then he looks behind him and sees a girl behind him. And he says, I leave the rest to you. And she simply says,
Are you all right?
And Tanjiro wakes up. And he gets up. Huh? Did you see what happened? That was an incredible blow. Not a bit of unnecessary motion. It was truly beautiful. That's how I want to be too. But is that even possible? Can I do it?
I'm sure you can. I'll watch over you.
And then Tanjiro immediately thinks, she's cute. She's cute. Who are you? She says her name is Makomo and tells me the guy's name is Sabito. So we have a name of the guy. His name is Sabito. And this little girl's name is Makomo. Makomo points out the defects in my style. She corrects my unnecessary movements and bad habits. Why is she doing all this for me? Where did she come from? I ask, but she never tells me.
We really like Urokodai.
She often says those words. They aren't siblings. They were both orphans. Urokodai took them in and raised them. And they both have kitsune masks. Sabito has one with a scar across the cheek, while Makomo has one with a flower on his side with a smiling face.
There are other children too. They're all around watching you.
Makomo, or Makomo, however you say it, someone will correct me. Makomo is a bit of a strange girl. She says things in a weird way.
Total concentration breathing accelerates your blood flow and heartbeat, and your temperature shoots up. You're still human, but you get strong like a demon. You expand your lungs and bring lots of air into your blood. Your blood gets excited and your bones and muscles thrill. You get hot and strong.
I really don't get it. How can that be? And then she looks on in silence, and then she says,
you must train so hard that you could die. Basically, I don't think there's anything else you can do.
I swung my sword so hard that it felt like my arms and legs would come off, and that my lungs and hearts would burst out of my chest, but I still couldn't beat Sabito. Another 6 months passed until one day, when I went to face Sabito, he held a real sword. After half a year, you finally got the face of a man. Today, I will win. And so much time has passed since Tanjiro started to do all this training. Today, I will win. The contest was simple. The stronger, faster blade wins. The fight was over in an instant. That day, in that moment, for the first time, my blade reached Sabito first. And in a slick motion before Sabito could do anything, Tanjiro slashes down on his mask and splits it straight down the middle. And he gasps as he sees Sabito's face. And underneath is just a big old wholesome smile. And he has a matching scar on his face that matches that of his mask. When I won, Sabito smiled. It seemed like a sad smile to me, or maybe proud and reassuring. Win, Tanjiro. Against them, too. Suddenly, Sabito disappeared, and they both disappeared into the fog. Suddenly, Sabito disappeared, and I found that my sword had not cut Sabito's mask. It had split the boulder. Yo, secrets of the mountain. And that's the end of chapter 5, onwards to chapter 6. Oh, I'm enjoying this so far. Chapter 6, A Mountain of Hands. A demon's weak point is its neck. However, when using a normal blade, even cutting its neck won't kill it. The swords that the Demon Slayer Corps use are made from a special steel. We call them Nichiren swords. Yo, we got names. Oh, I'm learning so much already. Thanks to my training with Makomo, I've learned to smell out an opening thread. That's how I won. When I'm fighting someone and I find that scent, I see the thread. It runs from my blade to a spot on my opponent, and it goes taut the moment I see it. Guided by the thread, my blade cuts into that spot. I did not intend to send you to final selection. I had no wish to see another child die. I didn't think you would split that boulder. But you did well. And he pats Tanjiro's head. Tanjiro, you are an amazing child. And Tanjiro's eyes just fill with tears as he hugs Urokodai. Go to final selection, but be sure to return alive. Your sister and I are here waiting. I need to learn how to not try and anticipate what the next word is going to be so I don't mess it up for you guys. That's a habit I've been trying to break for so long. I apologize. After cutting my hair, Urokodai gave me Why do I keep calling him Urokodai? It's Urokodaki. 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 After cutting my hair, Urokodaki gave me a mask. It's called a warding mask. Apparently, it offers protection from evil. I can't take Nezuko with me. She's still asleep. So I'm leaving her in Urokodaki's care. I'm on my way, Urokodaki. Give my best to Sabito and Makumo. Tanjiro, how is it you know the names of those deceased children? Yo, they were dead? Bruh, they were dead? Hold on, let's keep reading. They were dead, the spirits were helping him. Yo, that's so cool. How is it you know the names of those deceased children? And then we're here at night. Mount Fuji Kasane, site of final selection. Wow. But wisteria shouldn't be blooming this time of year. And he's walking through and there's multiple flowers everywhere. And he gets to the top of this hill and he sees numerous people standing there. And they're all just looking around. Lots of people here, people with scars, a lot of people with scars. Scars on the face tend to be a trademark with a lot of these people. Look how many there are. And then there's two twin girls, one with light hair, the other one with dark.
Greetings, everyone. Thank you for gathering tonight for its final selection. Mount Fuji Kasane holds demons that Demon Slayer swordsmen have taken alive and trapped here. Demons hate wisteria flowers, which bloom here even out of season. They cover the mountain from its foot to halfway up the slope. However, from that point on, the wisteria does not bloom, so the demons roam free. You must survive there for 7 days. If you do, then you will have passed final selection. Now go.
And as they bow, all the rest of the people who want to become swordsmen, Demon Slayer swordsmen, they all walk past them into the night.
Hey, get lost! I'm gonna eat this kid! Hey, get lost! I'm gonna eat this kid!
No, you get lost!
2 of them! Out of nowhere!
Can I win? Two of them out of nowhere. Can I win? And we have two demons here. One of them has like a spike sticking out of its elbow.
He's my meal. Shut up. The one who kills him first gets to eat him. It's been so long since I tasted human flesh.
And then Tanjiro just stands there. He's not moving as they launch at him, and he thinks to himself, total concentration. Water breathing. I smell the thread. And he sees the thread go taut, because he knows if it goes taut, then that's where the target is, and he can slice into the neck. Fourth form, striking tide. And he cuts the heads off of both of them with fourth form, striking tide. Oh, I can't wait to actually watch the anime and see this animated. And the heads of the demons fly completely off. I did it. I beat two demons. I've gotten stronger. All that training worked. I can do this. And as the bodies of the demons fall, they all crumble to nothing. When I use the katana that Urokodaki gave me, even the bones crumble. Rest in peace. And then he smells something. Ugh, what's that rotten smell? And then he looks and as he sees someone who was there to train to become a swordsman. They're running saying, there's a huge deformed demon back there. I've never seen anything like it. And there's a big thud as a big multi-armed engorged looking demon is coming through the trees holding one of the other, I guess would-be swordsmen straight up by the neck. The dude is dead because there's blood coming out of his mouth and he's not moving whatsoever. His eyes have gone either direction. The guy he's literally holding the man like I'm holding my mic right here. And it shows, and then Nezuko, and not Nezuko, but Tanjiro looks on as one of the arms shifts forms and stretches and deforms itself as it grabs the guy trying to run away and gets him by the ankle. Don't be afraid. Help him. I must help him. I'm not powerless anymore. Let's go. Water breathing. Form 2. Water wheel. And then, in a swift circular wheel-like motion, he slices through the arm that's holding one of the would-be soldiers, would-be swordsman's arms, and saves him. Completely saves him. And stands in front of him so that he can protect him. And then the demon speaks.
Another of my dear foxes has come.
Thus is the end of Chapter 6 of Demon Slayer. Onwards to the final chapter for today for you guys. I'm making good time, 1 hour and 3 minutes. Of course, it's going to be shorter once I edit this. Onwards to the last chapter for today for you all. Chapter 7, Spirits of the Deceased.
Sabito,
And this is Makomo.
do you think Tanjiro can really do it?
I don't know, but no amount of effort is too much, and you know that, right? Oh, I get the last chapter. Another one of the dear foxes has come. This demon was the one who killed Makomo, and Sabito. Why else would the demon say another one of my dear foxes has come? That demon killed them.
Tell me, fox boy, right now, what Meiji Emperor sits upon the throne?
The imperial family is Taisho. And then the demon starts to shiver and just screams out,
Ah! I've been here so long the dynasties have risen and fallen. Again and again, all while I've been trapped here. Ah! Unforgivable. Unforgivable. Don Urokodaki. Don Urokodaki. Don him. Don Urokodaki.
You know, Uro?
Oh, I know him. Urokodaki was the one who captured me. I will never forget. It's been 47 torturous years. Back when he was still a demon slayer. In the Edo period. The KO period. In the Edo period, the Keio era.
Demon Hunter? Edo period? You're lying! You're lying! No demon has been alive that long. Lies! They only put demons up here that have eaten 2 or 3 people. And they get killed during selection. Plus the demons eat each other too.
But I have survived a very long time. In this prison of wisteria blossoms, I have eaten 50 of you brats.
That also includes Sabito and Makomo. 50?
Remember, a demon's strength comes from the number of people it has consumed. If it eats many people, it gets
stronger. And this is a flashback to when Tanjiro was cutting his hair before he went off for final selection. If it eats many people, it gets stronger?
That's right. They grow stronger, and some physically change, gaining unnatural powers. If your nose gets stronger, you'll be able to tell how many people the demon has eaten. 12, 13, and you are number 14.
What are you talking about?
That's how many of Orokodaki's students I've eaten. I've decided to kill all his students.
I called it. It's a confirmation. He's the one who killed and ate Sabito and Makomo.
Yes, indeed. 13 of Orokodaki's students, but above all, 2 of them I'll never forget. He had a colorful jacket and was the strongest by far. He had peach-colored hair and a scar by his mouth.
Sabito.
The other was a girl brat whose kimono was covered in flowers. She was small and not so strong, but she was very agile.
Makomo. How could this demon have killed them? They trained me.
I recognize you by those fox masks. I know the grain of those masks that Orokodaki carves. They're carved the same way as the Tengu mask he wore. Did he call it a warding mask? I ate them all because of the mask they wore. They're all inside my stomach. It's like Orokodaki fed them to me. The girl brat wept and grew angry when I told her that. Soon, her movements got shaky. Then I ripped off her arms and legs.
Then Tanjiro immediately gets angry and rushes this multi-armed demon. And it swings at him, but it's all in vain because Tanjiro immediately slices through every hand that it grows and tries to grab him with. Then it cuts to Sabito saying, "Stay calm, Tanjiro. Your breathing is uneven. Don't worry about us. Focus on what you must do." And in that instance, Tanjiro left himself open for a spare hand to come in and hit him in the side. And slams him into a tree. Well, it's beating on him. I'll run away. So the guy that Tanjiro was protecting immediately runs off. Coward. But then Tanjiro's there, laying next to the tree as multiple hands bear down on him. Then I guess this is one of Tanjiro's brothers who says, "Wake up, big brother!" Tanjiro wakes up and flips out of the way before the hands can grab him. And he immediately rights himself and begins right back to the slicing and dicing once again. No matter how many arms I cut off, it grows more. Huh? A strange smell from the ground. And he immediately jumps away as more arms burst out through the ground to try and grab him. This is a trap.
I missed? He noticed my hands on the ground and leapt away. And what a leap! But in midair.
And immediately an arm goes straight for Tanjiro.
He can't dodge this attack.
Then, all of a sudden, Tanjiro gets the idea to headbutt the hand before it reaches him. And it lifts him out. I've never seen that. I've never seen that in any anime where people actually use the headbutt to get lift and to reposition themselves. I have never seen that. I've never seen that in any series. Headbutts were used for attacking, but never to deflect oneself from an attack. I've never seen that. I like that. And he flips out of the way.
He escaped, and I'm out of hands. I can't grow more in time. The fox brat is in striking range. But my neck is hard and impervious. Even the peach hair couldn't cut it.
Total concentration. Water breathing.
When he fails to cut my neck, I'll grab his head and crush it just like I did to the other one.
Now, before Tanjiro can land, he smells a line as it goes into the multi arms that this demon has, and it's right in there.
Is it possible that Tanjiro will lose too?
Says Makomo.
That thing's neck is so hard.
He may lose or he may win, but one thing is for certain. The boulder that Tanjiro cut was bigger and harder than anyone had ever cut before. And then it cuts back to Tanjiro saying, "Ah!" First form, water surface slice! Water surface slash! And that's the end of chapter. That's the end of chapter 7 and the end of what Viz calls the first volume of Demon Hunter. Ladies and gentlemen, 1 hour and 12 minutes of me reading completely through 7 chapters of Demon Slayer, and I just want to say thank you everyone and welcome to the start of my Demon Slayer series. With that being said, I'm not going to keep you guys long. Just want to say thank you for the continued support of this channel as I usher in a brand new series to it. And I can't wait to watch the anime once I'm actually done with the entire series, because I feel like I'm going to really enjoy it as much as I'm already enjoying the series right now. Welcome to the brand new start of my Demon Slayer series. But with that being said, I'm not going to hold you any longer than I already have. Hope you all enjoyed. Can't wait to see you all in my next video. And if you're new to the channel and you enjoyed what you saw here today, then consider subscribing, because I am always looking forward to entertaining you. So have a fantastic day, and once again, as always, later, peoples.